Hello. Good morning. Good moment. Whichever. Y'all, I literally just sneezed like 8 times. No joke. I tried to start it, had to sneeze, and now here I am. Yeah. So good. All right. So we are going to play Chakraland today. We're going to do a Chakraland collective. We're going to see what's going on with these blockages, imbalances, and if we need to get clarifiers, we will. However, let's run this down really quick for those of you who are still new to these beautiful energy sources inside of you, that the more you tap in, the more you're going to tune out. And it's really going to help you reconfigure, reprogram, rephysiologically fuse these energies inside of you to be able to get this chariot, this communication going and not just being stalled when they're blocked. So we have 7 major big ones. They kind of act like this solar system inside of you here. This is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, purple, whichever basic colors of the rainbow there. Red is root, and this goes back to 111. This goes back to I am. Orange here is sacral, and this is I feel. Solar plexus is I do or I act. Heart is I love. Throat is I speak the truth. Third eye is I see the truth, and then the crown there is I know the truth. Okay, so we'll discover more about these as we go here. So Jehovah's we're just gonna play a little round of Chakraland here and see what's really going on in our collective's blockages here. And man, you guys, I am so sorry. I haven't felt this kind of a real intense energy through my face again like this before. So sorry. It's not cool, I know, but wow. It's weird. All right, Lord. What? Whoa. Okay, which is so funny because this card here. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to get my pillow right. I feel like Miss Muffet on a Tuffet. Just tough it out. This card here was on the bottom of the deck the whole time that I was explaining to you about the chakras there. So that's really funny. So 222 balance is coming in. Perseverance is here, but we also have acceptance right in the upright positions first. So let's get back to these that aren't. But this is perfect because honestly, it's perfect for me in the order that it needs to go. However, with you, it's a brand new start and it's very difficult. So let's talk about the root one first because that happens, the first chakra there, and then our second chakra there. So this is acceptance here. This is root, and really what you have to do is you need to accept who you are. Simple, but super, super complex at the same time, right? And you have to accept who you are because if you don't start to accept the truth or take personal accountability for your actions, okay, life is not going to be a whole sweet pie that you're trying to serve yourself up here. Your inner self, your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides, they're telling you, even your feminine side here is telling you it's time to come home. You're against yourself for no freaking reason. It's because this illusion inside of you that you've allowed to be there for too long, and it keeps bringing you down and down and down and down and down. You feel like you can never trump it when you have no idea what's waiting for you if you were to just accept yourself and what you have to offer someone, even if it's negative. Accept the toxicity inside, accept that you need to heal the shadow work that needs to be done, accept that you also were part of the dance that you tangoed in. Okay, you need to take personal accountability for all the hurt that you caused too, that you are also now mirroring inside of yourself, and you don't want to feel the pain that someone else is giving you. So you got to stay out of the kitchen if you can't take the heat, right? So now here comes up to this sacral. Well, when we've accepted that this is who I am and it freaking hurts, but I am this person and now I need to change. Well, that's going to start illuminating 411 there and start brewing. And then it's going to start activating your root chakra there to be able to open up and take that trash out with this positive ions coming into, and it must come up because of the oxygen rising everything through it, right? So then you get to this sacral chakra here, and when this starts to activate, you're going to feel everything that you haven't felt before because you have yet to ever accept yourself. Right now, what you're feeling is everything that's not from the power of God. You're feeling everything that's the power of Satan. Shame, guilt, principalities of fear, such as fear of abandonment. 444 was just there. Fear of abandonment, rejection, fear of being alone, fear of never being understood or listened to, fear of never being worthy of someone's time, even though That's exactly how you treated yourself. It's time to come home and feel these feelings a little bit, because once you forgive and once you're able to face what has hurt you, that whole pie is going to come into play, not just that one piece. Okay, you're going to see like, yeah, that pie burned the shit out of my hand, but it still tastes really fucking good because of the fruit that's inside. If I didn't eat that pie because my hand got burnt, I wouldn't be able to taste this really yummy, nutritious fruit on the inside that's going to help me and my energy go, right? So here you are and you're sitting, oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh, Jehovah really liked that. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. So what's going to happen is that all of that negative ions that are in there, these negative thoughts, power of Satan is going to be divided out and start to be taking the trash out there at 555. And you're going to start to feel this perseverance. You will have come home to yourself. This veil will have been lifted. Isaiah 25:7, the Lord will remove the veil from all nations inside of you. Okay, you're allowing this veil to be here, this illusions, this excessive toxic ions inside of you. Okay, and all they're doing is holding you down. Okay, too much nitrogen, too much carbon dioxide, too much lead, right? What happens if we have too much lead? Well, I want you to think that the devil's lead, okay, which I think it goes back to that in the Bible, but however, what's going to happen is it's only going to keep you down. It's going to make you sicker and sicker and sicker. So you are therefore now negatively intoxicating yourself, and you're allowing it to continue. Let's see what else is here with these other two cards here. And we're right in this first powerhouse of our chakras order, root and sacral. Next is our solar plexus chakra, and that's how we feel. How we're going to do something about how we feel about it, how we are going to act upon. And once we feel these things, we're going to do these things because that's now been activated twice now. This brewing is even getting stronger and stronger. This oxygen that's coming within to clear everything out. Your solar plexus chakra is like 7-Eleven, little solar panels inside of you that are able to illuminate up towards your second powerhouse, your third eye, your throat, and your crown. And also by way of your heart and the portals on the all around that, because it's your light, your lampstand, it's your little light bulb right here that you severely have to protect. It's fragile AF. And look what happened. Okay, you're fragile AF because when one part of your pie is bad, the whole pie is bad, right? But you keep trying to eat the same pie that's only burning your hand over and over and over. You got to change the mindset of the pie. All right, let's see what this card is here. Shut up, Lord. That solar plexus chakra. Thank you for having my back. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Jehovah really just wants you to tap into this intuition of yours, this other side. And, we already kind of channeled that, didn't we? This feminine side that's right there, right? So what's going to happen is when you start to manifest positively inside of you, you're also going to have this new mental clarity, right? While you're also unknowingly rephysiologically fusing on the inside to have positive ions instead of these negative ions that are only killing you slowly, right? Well, the power of prayer comes in, this spiritual gift that we all have. And the more that you pray, the more you're going to be able to persevere. Because if this is reflecting to this, wouldn't this on the other sides be reflecting too? So once you persevere at how you feel on the inside and have already accepted what's going on, we have 3 different channels here that are trying to reflect in this prism, okay, this light primally stacking inside of you in your chakras to bounce and be able to go through. Jehovah, Yeshua, God, Jesus, I use all 4 terms, okay, so they're not going to be able to work together and work bypassing these and through you if it's blocked. See, here's your little dominoes, your traffic jam. If one's blocked, it ain't going to work. There's an electrical short, okay? So this power of prayer is really going to open up all this illumination to brew on the inside there, because you're going to start talking to up above, the Great One, and you're going to start to see things changing because things are already changing inside of you. So what's coming up your tower now must come out. So all of this shitty lifestyle, this victim mentality that you've allowed yourself to be in, it's because that's how you are on the inside. When you can clear this out, ask God to help you. Jesus will come in, he's the key into your spiritual backbone so he can wind you up with grace and mercy as you walk this crooked path, okay? He will be able to answer your prayers. And as you see him work through you to be able to have these prayers be answered, this abundance that's waiting for you to come in to meet. This abundance is already here for you. It's right here. You just have to accept it. You have to accept this manifesting powerful of prayer, 10 o'clock there, and ending within you. You have to end this old mindset to be able to project this new one on the outside, okay? If your 5D is good, your 3D is going to be good because you're building this tree out and out, okay? But when you look at a tree, you don't see just the top part that you would see normally. You see the whole luscious, beautiful branches, all the color changing leaves, all of the roots. When you're focused right here, how dead and rotten do you think your tree is when you can't access this energy up and out through photosynthesis of the heart? Okay, you have this veil within your light stand here that's all it's doing is producing more negative ions. Once you clear them out, your third eye, your nose, and your crown are going to be able to come in because you're going to be able to see clearly. And you're going to be working by way of these portals because you have two positive energies waiting to meet you and be accepted and to be able to work with you. Now, let's do 1, 2, let's move that tarot deck there. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what this fourth card is here. Aha. So this is already bouncing us up. 11, 11. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord Yeshua. You are beautiful here. I was just thinking, okay. So this here is our first chakra powerhouse. Okay. Our second, our overall, our yummy one is our heart chakra. It's one in itself, 5 and 1, Luke 12:49, not peace but division. I've reflected that so much back on the channel throughout God's math and science by way of gematria here. So this is your first powerhouse, right? Now, if we look, first powerhouse, one in itself, this is the soul's nucleus, okay? 4D really here. And then 5D happens, 3D, 4D, 5D. And 5D is your second powerhouse. Well, then all of this is going to work together to make one huge powerhouse electrical prop that will work for you in your favor as long as you're able to bypass all of that energy by just accepting yourself, holding space, not continuing to heal is going to prohibit that from happening, which is right here. And that's what Jehovah's saying. So look at, once you start to do this and start to follow these steps here through prophecy, because God loves to show his children what's going to happen before it happens. And, you have your own free will, but he's trying to help you here. What's going to happen is it's going to start to activate and illuminate differently in your heart. Your heart's going to change. You're going to start the de-shedding process of all these snake skins that you allowed yourself to absorb because the power of Satan and not the power of God. Your heart chakra is going to start to work. And what's going to happen is Jehovah's telling you, look, you got all of this to do because your heart needs recovery. Purple here is our third eye. This is how we can see clearly. And right now you're not seeing clearly at your whole world here, that one piece of pie, right? Now, yeah, he wants to hand you that key that we already talked about. Yeshua's right here, okay? Look at it. And the Lord's saying, look, here it is right here. Feminine side's here. It's just time to come home to your inner child, your true self here, okay? And he wants you to see clearly and be able to understand that he's here to help you. He's looking down upon you because you are his child. And he wants you to understand that once you start asking him, he will start helping you recover. Jesus Christ will come into your heart, in your throne room, inside of your temple, okay? And he will start clearing all this toxic AF shit out, okay? Recovery is right here. Just like here at Wounds into Light. We choose to accept ourselves, and that's right here. And then we choose to love, okay? We choose to love ourselves, even though we don't like the parts of us that we don't love, okay? We have to love them. We have to accept them. We have to learn from them and never do that again, okay? Because we have to choose then to recover. And that's what we do here at Wounds into Light. So thank you, Lord. Now, what's going to happen once you start to recover? Like, what's going to happen when you start to accept yourself? All of this is going to change. Your 5D inside of you and 4D is going to shift, and these energies are going to refuse, remutate. They're going to die off. You're going to feel a lot of pain because you're starting to bring in the good and not the bad, when you have to remember that there's this balance, which is also right here and right here. Okay, this balance of good and bad and the bad and the good, restoring your fortunes, your masculine energies and your positive energies, your negative and your positive. However, in order for positive to be greater than, it has to be greater than the negative ions inside of you, this negative entertaining of these thoughts, okay, this sinning that you're doing, okay. So let's see what happens when you choose recovery here. Let's put these back in order because I'm a perfectionist like that. All right, so let's see. I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck really quick. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do bottom of the deck. All right, so there's our third eye card again. And this makes a lot of sense because right now you can't recover until you start to respawn to yourself. This is your inner child and you're just like, fuck it. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I can barely contain my truth. I can barely contain my mental illness because I'm so emotionally unbalanced. I just give up. There's nothing I can do. This is that victim mentality coming back into play that's taken over your heart. Okay, these negative ions inside of you are creating so much of this kerfluffle, this anxiety, this stress, this depression, and you're allowing it to happen, and that's self-harm behaviors. The more toxicity that grows inside of us, the worse it's going to get because that energy is still alive. If it was dead, it wouldn't be inside of you. It'd be evaporated already. Okay, it's alive either way. Is it alive negatively inside of you, overruling that powerful energy that's alive inside of you too? Okay, what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to take that despondence away from you and turn it into respondence. Okay, right now too, I'm feeling compelled to just remember that when you're talking to others and they're trying to help you, stop being so defensive. Okay, you need to have time to respond and not automatically react. Okay, and that will start to not happen anymore when you start to accept truthfully that you are your own enemy. They're not. You don't trust yourself, and that's why you don't trust others. Do you see how this projection of your tree is coming out now? Okay, so when your tree is good, your outside is going to be good. You're going to be able to respawn instead of just react and have this toxic behavior come on out. No one wants to be around you. You don't even want to be around yourself, and now you feel like everyone's abandoned you. Well, I'm telling you right now, for one, you've abandoned yourself, and for two, when you go through spiritual awakening, death, and rebirth, even your parents, your friends, your brothers, your family will betray you. You betrayed your damn self. Okay? It's time to step into this power that you have, and it's right here. There's so much to offer here. 2 third eye cards out of all of this. There's spiritual gifts and mysticism awaiting for you, and that'll all come through this power of prayer. This solar plexus chakra is now going to be able to solarly charge your third eye through the panels. Okay, and right now it can't because it's blocked. Okay, this electrical prop is a telephone wire, a telephone pole that needs to be able to shoot air through you, this flush scientific test tube. Okay, let's see what else is here. Jehovah, let's, yeah, okay, that sounds great. We'll do it that way. Whatever you want, Father. All right, Lord, can you clarify the perseverance card, please? Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. In your heart space, there's that grief, matching that victim mentality, understanding that you're not able to move forward because you're being stalled by your own love. Yep. Grief, honey, is just love that has nowhere to go. So when you're transacting this checkout, online, electronically, say with your debit card, whatever, and you're going to pay this bill, and you're like, yes, I'm so excited. I'm going to pay this bill, or not a bill. So let's say payment. I'm going to pay this payment and I'm going to be able to gain this back, no matter what it is, whether it's Amazon, Target, whatever, for yourself, not for anybody else, but for you. Like when it comes back to you, you are just going to love it so absolutely much. You're beyond excited. But then you go to pay for it and it tells you that your card is declined. What? Why? Well, but I'm going to lose the deal on this. I'm not going to feel good about this. This is stressful when I know that there's money in my account, or at least I think that there's money in my account. Now I have all of these extra steps and all of these extra avenues to take to be able to even use my card now, to even send out love. I have to email. I have to do all of these other things that are stressful because that's the price I pay for my card being declined. You have now taken on all of this grief because your card was declined, because you are mentally confused and you don't understand why. Okay, so now what happens if you send out this love to someone who's no longer accepting it? Whether they're alive or truly dead, I'm so sorry for your passing. However, maybe it's a pet, however. this grief that has nowhere to go. It's this love. You've now put this love out and it cannot be accepted or received. So then it bounces back to you and it feels brutal. It feels so heavy because it relates to our flesh, our water, our emotional state of mind versus our spiritual state of mind. Okay, so water is what our flesh is really made up of here, besides earthly elements here, our toxic or untoxic ions. So what's going to happen is that because Satan can rule over the earth and our lowly bodies, but Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Jehovah God, can rule over our highly bodies with our own free will. We have to work with them. And when we're not working with them, we're working with the power of Satan. And that's exactly what's going on, is that you're not able to persevere or have the strength to accomplish and conquer this tower of your emotional feelings, which as a child of God, you are required to master. Okay. What's going to happen now is that this is being projected up into your heart space and it's heavy. Well, back in death and rebirth Hebraic terms here with gematria, death and goes back to the noon, which is the fish. This is new reproduction here. Let's go one more back here with this hanged man energy that I'm picking up. So hanged man is water, and water here is meme, and water has memory. And this relates to this because when you feel this way in your water, when you feel this grief, water is going to say, oh, I know what this feels like. Let's add more to it. You know, when you feel this shame inside, oh, I know what this feels like. Let's add more to it. When you feel this guilt inside, oh, I know what this feels like. Let's add more to it. Squirrel. You know, 2111 there. So what happens when you start to feel happy and positive and peaceful inside? Ooh, I know what this feels like, and I'm going to add more to it. You know, I feel this grief, but it's because I can't do anything about it. It's out of my control. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to project it out and I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to love myself. Don't worry about your card declining because you're going to find so many other ways to do it. Figure out why your card declined, but don't hold space for it. Try it again. No matter how much it costs, it doesn't matter. It's for you. And then when you still get it, that was a little bit of a hiccup, but I'm still loving myself. Go out and get that ice cream. Go out and see that movie. Go out and take that road trip to Cannon Beach. Whatever it is that you want to do, just go do it. And that way, the plate of grief inside of you will start to unpack itself, and it'll come into inner peace. It'll come into self-love. It'll come into the healing. It'll come into responding, instead of desponding and creating this anxiety inside of you. 2211 there, okay? And this is in your heart space. So here comes this photosynthesis of the heart once again to be able to work and clear this out here with this transformer, this converter, Jesus Christ, 2222 inside of you to help you out. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I actually think I put those the wrong way, but that's okay. All right. Lord, can you clarify the acceptance part here, please? This one? Or did another one flip over? No, it was that one. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Wow. This is beautiful. So now if we're looking at this reflection here with gematria, right? These triangles that are really squares, you know, these cubes, how this light is primarily stacking, this energy is primarily stacking inside of you. Once you accept who you are in this root chakra, your sacral chakra is going to say, okay, perfect. Now this is completed and I'm going to persevere, because you're going to have that inner strength now to be able to do it, to be able to back this up and clear this out. 2311, that is beautiful. Yeah, there's a death and rebirth right here. And the way that you felt about your old self, thank you, your old self here, this isolation, you're no longer going to isolate yourself anymore. I get, yeah. This Old Testament of you is going to de-shed off, and this new part of you is going to come in, and you're never going to turn your back on yourself again, because all you're going to do is change your mindset from out to in. You are never going to stop loving yourself like you do now, and you're going to be able to complete that root chakra clearing, because it's going to make you persevere. You're going to see this change within you, and once you see that, you're never, ever going to want to stop. Beautiful, Lord. Also blue, this is part of the throat chakra here, the house of communication here. And so what needs to happen is to unblock that throat, the truth here, you got to accept the truth. And acceptance is right here. So thank you, Jehovah, for having our back on that one. Lord, can you clarify the prayer card here? The prayer card. Thank you. Well, we have 3 here. So we have creation here, and this is in your crown. And look what happens after your third eye and you're able to start responding to yourself with this truthful communication. You'll be able to start recovering your heart through the photosynthesis of the change here and the rephysiologically fusing of these energies and emotions inside of you. You're going to be able to see in your crown chakra that you have this power within you all along. Okay, your creation is you. And what you decide to create for yourself is from the inside out, your 5D to your 3D. And what you project is what you are responsible for. As a child, you don't know what's going on. And you can have all this trauma, this healing, this shadow work that needs to be done. But as an adult, you are 100% responsible for healing yourself. No one's going to do it. Once that happens, that photosynthesis of the heart will happen and this perception will come in and you'll start to see differently because your third eye is right here. This recovery will start to brew again inside of you and clear the heart chakra out side of your other portal, so your second powerhouse can open up and start to work with you once again as this death and rebirth desheds over and over and over, as energy shall within us as without of us. Okay, that's beautiful. Then you're going to start to feel back again in your sacral chakra all this passion for yourself, which we already just talked about. You're going to be able to persevere at it. You're never going to stop this underestimating power of prayer because you're going to see this difference. You're never going to abandon yourself again. And therefore, you're going to learn. And therefore, you're going to sit there and be like, no, I am a damn empress, or masculine, I'm a damn emperor, and I will never let anybody teach me to treat myself like this again. And therefore, because they've already taught you, you're going to see the red flags now. You're even going to see the pink flags. Your solar plexus chakra is going to be like, that's not a good flag. That's going to mess with your flags over here. So you're really going to be able to sit there and proceed with caution. Use your discernment when something else happens and you're like, no, this is a repetitive pattern that I need to break. I'm in charge of it. Just let it go and walk away. Last cards here on the bottom of the deck. We had 2 there. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. Right now, your solar plexus chakra is blocked. And when that happens, when the power of prayer starts to react with the rest of your solar plexus chakra, look at you, honey. Look at that beautiful inner child, that energy, that illusion of you, this true value of you that needs to come out. And it'll be a miracle and your whole life will have changed. This New Testament is coming so you can speak your truth. Okay, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Last card here, let's see. Yeah, and you're not going to let anyone ever fuck with your heart again. You're not going to give a shit. You're not going to care what they have to say because you know that you're saved and they're still a slave to sin. Wounds until I love you.